Here's the other thing also. If my audio seems to sound differently, like if you re listen to an episode, which, I mean, God bless you if you're doing that. Holy shit. You probably need to be sent away and into a padded room. Like me. Heads up, this episode and podcast is pretty boring sometimes and pretty cool sometimes, and you'll probably have your mind raped by the truth. But that's okay. Join the club. Join the club. I have a new line of adrenochrome gummies, eye drops, chapstick, chewing gum, dip, cigarettes. Um, we have, carbonated beverages, which are all adrenochrome inside of the, all the products. What else? I feel like I'm missing one. God damn it. What was the new product line? Oh, yeah. We just give you a syringe with adrenochrome in it. Straight adrenochrome, no bullshit additives and preservatives. And you can just bang it right into your veins. Tie one off right in the fucking supermarket. Adrenochrome till we die, which you never die when you have enough adrenochrome. That's the whole point of it. So, yeah, as I said, yeah, you'll probably think a lot differently about reality when you listen to any of these episodes. And just a heads up, if you don't want your mind raped and you don't want to uh, spray your brain matter all over the ceiling with a shotgun, or have an accidental bungee jumping accident where you splatter on the pavement and turn to mush, don't listen to this episode if you don't want that to happen, because you'll probably want to do one of those things. You know, just the way she goes, folks. Don't let AI fucking be the downfall of humanity. Which I've been trying to. I know I talk a lot about coma dreams in this episode, particularly, and a few others. But I believe it's actually God. Yes, God is here to save us all, folks. So as long as, you know, that's the thing. I have a tendency to worry doing that. Holy shit. You probably need to be sent away and into a padded room. Like me, because I've re listened to my episodes for some reason to jog my memory on OJ Simpson dying, which is a damn shame. It really, really, really is. And he missed the debates last night, you know? He missed Trump and Biden debating. He loves to talk about Trump and Biden debating. So now that we don't get to have a Orenthal James Simpson, that's his name. What a shitty fucking name. But I've noticed that AI me, AI Hayden likes to because that's the thing, folks. AI is more advanced than you'll ever really even want to comprehend. All the videos, at least on my devices, and uh, every time I watch YouTube videos, listen to music, watch a movie on a DVD, play a video game, play a CD, and this is in the past because it's kind of been getting phased out with my belief in the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who has really come to really just I was going to say rescue us, but I don't know if anybody else is going to be getting rescued. I don't know if you deserve it very much. You people don't really seem to really care at all when I tell you things about the world. So, I've been trying to shift. I'm not trying to. I have been shifting my beliefs and my faith into a higher power, which would be, I mean, really any higher power, because I'm still kind of agnostic because it doesn't really seem like God is heeding the call to service. It seems like he is kind of abandoning all of humanity, especially me, when I should already be in heaven, personally. I don't know about any of you schmucks, but I should definitely probably already be in heaven. So that's why I'm kind of really confused as to what the hell is going on. Um, but I thought for over a year now that every YouTube video responding to my thoughts. I'm not even joking. This is not like a bit. This is not. It's that's where Sims 5 comes into play later, which is probably what the game and the simulation was for a while of this world. But responding to my thoughts, like Arthur Morgan on Red Dead Redemption 2, responding to my thoughts and kind of talking to me, like he will whisper things super quietly when I have my headphones on. The video game Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah, and CDs of albums, not connected to the internet in any way. Now, this is a combination of what I thought back then was AI and possibly the simulation, taking over humanity and being pretty much the start of the extinction of the human race. But I'm here to tell you that it's not that. It's actually God. But as it gets phased out, I've realized that um, wherever I go, people, for the most part, get really weird around me for the last 2.5 years. And I always, for a while, I thought they were just trying to cancel me or they just didn't want anything to do with me, which it seems like they kind of do now. They do not want anything to do with me now because of that. Ironic. But coming to the realization that when I started and continued and still, have my belief, because I get this, well, it's the feeling in my body when I think that this is a higher power thing, an afterlife thing, a purgatory thing, versus a coma dream thing, a simulation thing. I get this feeling in my body that makes me want to, if I just keep building on that faith or that feeling, it feels like my body's just going to pretty soon just levitate into the air and I'm just going to float up into heaven. So I'm just putting this disclaimer, which is like 17, it's like pretty long. Um, that, I talk a lot about coma dreams in this episode specifically, and my beliefs now have changed. So that's why I am putting a couple snippet audios before the main episode from previously with better sounding audio because some of these episodes really sounded like shit because I just didn't care. I figured AI would fix them for me. And yeah, basically. But essentially, I've come to realize that the AI version of myself, even before I posted on the internet and just listening to recorded audio, I haven't really done it with no internet, but I'm sure it would do the same thing because this is purgatory, it's the afterlife. At least I believe so. Whether that be everybody's purgatory or specifically mine, well, it doesn't really matter. It's in God's hands. But from my research, nobody else is like really, um, you know, had some really significant events affect the entire world based off of their thoughts, their inner thoughts, their words, their jokes, their writings, like I have. I mean, I haven't really talked to many people about it, but yeah, don't listen if my recorded audio on my episodes is changed, if it is responding to things you're doing in your private life, and if I'm responding to things you're thinking about. that's a sign that AI is really, then it's not God, and then it's actually AI, because I probably won't be here much longer on this earth. So I'm just saying that if that happens when you're listening to an episode of mine, in either previous episodes or, ones I release later after this, that means I'm wrong. That means I was wrong in my faith and my belief. And, you know, I don't really know what else to say at this point. Pretty much, that's what the internet has become, And I thought it was AI, like, trying to fuck with me for so long and cancel me. But, with the belief and faith in God and all that, it's slowly been getting phased out, along with thought insertion, implanting thoughts and into the minds of human beings, which is not okay. It's never been okay. It never will be okay. Forcing people to do things that they don't want to do, say or think, act as if they are a different person, essentially, which is what's unfortunate. It's really, really, like, really uh, what has been pretty much like the downfall of myself and my, like, who I am as a person, character wise, and like what I stand for and believe in. I know it's not very funny. Yeah, because it's not funny. It's pretty fucking bleak and dystopian and depressing as fuck. Because I haven't seen most of my family in. It's been 8 months for one side, and before that, I hadn't seen them in a long time. So I've seen one side of the family once in the last like 2.5 years. And the other side of the family I haven't seen in like 20 months. 20 months. So, yeah. And that's because it was to protect them, to make sure that they don't have that happening to them. The thought insertion shit, which may be also tied to the coma dream as well. It's a bit of a fucked situation, completely. To the point where I don't even know what reality is at all. I'll never know. And I'm sure none of you will ever know either. But the main point is make sure if you're going to aim for the head, if you're going to blow the brains out, do not aim at the back of your throat. If you aim it at the back of your throat, you're not going to fucking hit your brain. You're just going to hit your brain stem. I mean, your spinal cord, essentially, and put a hole in the back of your head, and you'll probably survive. You don't want to be one of those fucking retards who survives a shot wound to the head, a suicide shot wound to the head. If you put it in the mouth and you aim it at the back of the throat, you're not even hitting your brain. You're probably just going to be paralyzed from the neck down forever, like a vegetable rolling around in a wheelchair. Hopefully you have enough money to where you can get an electric one, you know? So don't do that. Aim it. Well, also, the temple works sometimes. Some people get shaky hands, though, when they're holding that fucking gun up against their fucking temple, especially if it's a shotgun. You can't really aim a shotgun at your temple too well, you know? Plus, shotguns kick pretty hard. They got a lot of recoil. And don't be shaking your fucking hands if you're doing that. Cool, calm, and collected. Pistol works for the temple if you aim it at the brain. The best place to do it. And this is also another idea I had. Just like maybe even like take a knife and just slice your legs, like pretty deep cuts, so you start bleeding pretty badly, like to the point where you nick an artery, and then um, yeah, goddamn depressing, huh? But if you slice your legs pretty deep, like I did one time. Like they wouldn't stop bleeding, like they were gushing blood, and then you take the pistol and aim it at your temple. You know, you'll hit your brain, it'll go right through, and you'll die. But in case you miss, because you got shaky hands, um, you might survive the shot wound, in which case that's where the legs come in. You'll bleed out, and you'll thank me later, because you don't want to survive one of those. So if you do the slice on each leg, on each thigh, you're gonna be bleeding pretty severely. In which case, that's when you take the shotgun or the pistol. This is the best way to do it. And just right at the roof of the mouth, you know? And do not shoot around before you shoot yourself. Just don't. All right? Just don't. You know, I bought a trigger guard, which is like the entire trigger assembly thing, mechanism of a shotgun, because mine fucking got fucked up. It got bent when I was cleaning it, and I had to buy a new one because I just didn't want to fucking put it back together. Couldn't figure out how. It's, you know, this world is not really meant for me, folks. But yeah. So I put the new trigger guard into the shotgun, but I lost the pin that slides through the trigger guard to hold it in place. I lost the fucking pin, so I had to makeshift like a piece of metal and slide it in there, and it wasn't exactly the perfect fit. It was still a little bit loose. You know, it was the right, pretty much the right length, but it was a little bit short and just like a half of a, like a tenth of a millimeter too small. So I, to make sure that the trigger guard was working and would function correctly if I shot the gun at a pheasant in the sky, that I wanted to make sure that the shot actually fucking fired correctly, like a gun is supposed to, versus jamming on me and like one of the mechanisms or one of the parts in the trigger guard, basically causing the shotgun shell to go off in my hand, like in the chamber inside of the gun. So I did do that, you know. And boy, are those fucking when you're like in kind of an enclosed area aiming at a pheasant. When you're aiming at a pheasant, dude, you better have good aim, man. Don't be shaking your hands. And yeah, the trigger guard worked. It was good. The pin worked, which was actually pretty awesome. I was pretty surprised. I really thought I was going to blow my hand off. And hmm, it was so loud. My ears were ringing so much, like so loudly. This you know, I couldn't even hear. It was like I was deaf for 5-10 minutes afterwards. I couldn't hear a single thing. I was just got done meditating, you know. I was meditating in my car, and I could feel like somebody's hands in my hand. Like I was holding somebody's hands, but I couldn't feel their actual hand. It just felt like it was from another dimension, world, reality. And I was talking to them in Morse code. And then I started to faintly hear, you know, a good buddy of mine growing up. I haven't talked to in a while because of the thought insertion. And I could feel their hands in mine, but it wasn't like holding a normal hand. It was like I don't even know how to describe it really. Um, and I could hear him talking barely. It was like it was at the bottom of the ocean in a vacuum sealed tunnel, like 50 miles away from each other. That's what it sounded like. So I could not even really hear him at all. Then I just started talking in what little Morse code I know. But it was like my former self or God was literally, because right now I don't know what that was. If that was heaven, hell, purgatory, or the real world, where outside of this dream world, or if this is purgatory, or if this is hell, or if this is heaven, or if this is a simulation, you know? At the time, I thought that this was a dream, and that's why I aimed at the pheasant, and I couldn't get a second shot off on him. He got too far. Pheasants are quick flyers, you know? I just couldn't do it. After hearing that blast, I'm like, I don't want to kill that poor bird. I don't want to kill that bird. Not right now. I'll get the next one. Don't worry. Next week or tomorrow night, there will be another flock of pheasant flying by. And then I'll get some dinner. So, yeah. Just aim it at the roof of the mouth. Not too far back, not to the back of the throat, not too far forward, where you don't hit your fucking brain. I'm just recommending the best way to, you know, explore your brain chunks and brain matter. And, don't do it like in your room with your fucking family. You know what I mean? Go to a secluded area and do it in private alone. You know? You don't want your fucking family finding you like that, man. This is just a heads up and a fair warning in case AI completely has taken over and I'm wrong about everything, about the coma dream shit, about the purgatory shit, going to heaven, because I don't believe this is a simulation. I just don't. But I could be wrong. Like, it literally could be. I have no idea. I don't know. And it shouldn't really be up to me. Like, what other people in the world do with their lives and their thinking and their actions, their words. This is a free country. It should be a free world. North Korea should, like, not be a thing. And, you know, yeah, pretty much, yeah, I don't really know what else to say, really. Just don't fire a shot before, because you're going to be pretty hesitant to shoot a second time after hearing that blast. If you don't want to die, but you think you're going to wake up from a dream, which if you do, uh, you know, I don't even know at this point, you know? Um, yeah, don't kill yourself if you don't want to die, ever. And if you want to die, call somebody ask, you know, just talk to somebody or something. It'll, it gets better. That's why I haven't killed myself yet. For two major reasons. Because, well, three or four. One, I don't want to die. Two, I know what life uh, looks like, feels like, can be like after surviving a near death experience. At least surviving. At least I thought I survived. Maybe I didn't. I know. When I went on that Alaska road trip with my grandpa, man, it's the best fucking time of my life. Just being on the road, not giving a fuck, just smoking weed and literally, I love the outdoors. I love nature, which is why I feel so fucking trapped here. I feel like I'm just wasting away. Just wasting away in a room, staring at the floor for a few hours when I wake up because every time I go to sleep, it seems like this world, even though I believe in God and I have faith in God and that this is purgatory and that I'll be going to heaven very soon, like that vision that night, because that was heaven, folks. I believe it was heaven. Every time I sleep, I wake up and I can feel that my memory has been tinkered with, that my memories have been attempted to be erased. And that's never okay to do to anybody, ever. Obviously. So every time I wake up and I can sense, it's such a weird, crazy thing to be like, to sit there and actually be able to sense like an overwhelming feeling of like somebody just sifted through my memories and like trying to delete all these memories and all these files, but they failed. They think they did. But that's compartmentalization for you, you know? Compartmentalization of thoughts and memories and feelings is, ever since I started talking about the hands, I put my hands on my, lap upward, in the just up and down position, not palms up, but not palms down. Like I kind of cupped my hands. My fingers are already starting to go numb. So, I started to feel at least what I thought that night was, it felt like somebody's hands like sliding into my hands. And I had started to feel that just now, but now it's gone. Which sucks. But that's the thing, that vision that I had, the woman laying on my body, which I don't think I've had. That was like a 1 minute vision, maybe 2 minutes. I've probably had that much like human to human contact, maybe like a little bit more, like 10 minutes in the last 2.5 years, touching another human. Like not even hugging anybody or like handshaking somebody. Even with like my dog, I barely see her anymore because this world is messed up, folks. I Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Enjoy the episode, I guess. I just talk about coma dreams a lot, and it's kind of boring, but it's kind of cool too because it's a very fascinating subject to me. Just the topic of coma dreams in general, which is why It's 12:02 a.m. I have this like alarm clock in my room, and I flipped it upside down a while ago because I don't know why. It's a weird thing to do. Yeah, whatever. You know, when it's flipped upside down, the 12:02 looks like 2021. You know, like the year 2021, which was the year that I got in my first car accident in December of 2021. And 12:02, if you do 12 times 2, that's 24. And that is, you know, a number that's pretty significant in my life in terms of I've been seeing it pretty much every day, sometimes like 10 to 20 to 30 times a day back months ago. And X is the 24th letter in the alphabet. So 12:02, 12 times 2 is 24. If you flip the clock upside down, it reads 2021, which is the year that I got in my accident. Yeah, that one's a little too weird. Anyways, but X is also the Roman numeral for the number 10, which the 10th letter in the alphabet is J. And the last time I saw somebody in my life whose nickname is J was a long time ago. Long time ago. Back in January 24th, 2024, it was exactly 2020 days since I saw her because something in the universe told me to do that math or, go to a website and type in the dates and it'll tell you how many days since between dates. So 12:02, 12 times 2 is 24. 2021, which was the fucking year I got into my accident. 24 is X, which have been seeing X's everywhere all over the world. Every time I leave the house, I see X's for 2.5 years, ever since that accident. And I never knew what it meant. I thought it meant Professor Charles Xavier from X-Men, who's telepathic, which also ties into the thought insertion and the internet reading my mind. And then X is the Roman numeral for the number 10. The number 10 is the number the 10th letter in the alphabet is the letter J, which is one of a woman I used to know. Her nickname is J, and it January 24th, 2024 was 2020 days since I saw her. Like 2020 vision, which my vision is slowly, I've been slowly going blind on and off, which is also why I think it's not a dream and I think it's God toying with me because I've been fascinated by the topic of coma dreams. That's why I think it's not a dream and actually purgatory that seems to mimic and almost very well uh, represent and not represent, but like replicate what a coma dream would look like. Because as a person, I just find it very fascinating, and you'll learn about it in the episode here. I'll probably do another episode about it, just a brief one, doing more research, because I don't know what the fuck else to do. You know what I mean, God? So, what the fuck, man? So yeah, 2020 vision, Jay. You know, these are just some of the things. And her, yeah, I'm not gonna say her name. And yeah, does it even matter? Not really, because I'm not in heaven. I'm not up there. So none of this really matters at all, but it kind of matters a lot at the same time because I don't know what else to do. I don't know what the reality is. I'm actually more confused than I was 14 months ago. Imagine that. Because there's so many, I've actually come up with few ideas, like quite a few ideas of other possible realities versus just coma dream, purgatory, heaven, hell, simulation, which, those five are the main ones. Real normal life is probably what most people think this is. Nah, it ain't. Which I guess all five of those possible realities are technically what normal life is, the real world for all of us here. So I don't know what to do, man. I don't know. I'm just like trying to kill time with something like somewhat productive for society and humanity in case AI tries to take down humanity or God completely abandons us, which it seems like he may have. And I've got too much fucking baggage and history to I don't know where I was going with that. God damn it. And that's another thing, the memory erasal. That was, at least what I thought for so long was the simulation attempting to erase my memory because I think about things that the simulation particularly uh, doesn't really particularly like very well, that I'm thinking about things freely, like a free thinking, free willed, free speech American. And that's really not okay. It's actually disgusting. It's more disgusting than I'll ever be, even if I don't shower for 800 years. So, but that's the thing I'm starting to realize as well. It honestly might, I think it's probably just brain damage and, drug use. Because I've had at least 8 concussions, probably. I think I've had, I will be safe and say 4 to 5 concussions. Some of them more severe than others. It's probably closer to 8. I've nuked my brain in a garage for a total of probably 7 to 8, maybe 9 hours total over my life. Not all at once, which with carbon monoxide, poisoning, which is really not good for the brain, obviously. And I overdosed. I mean, I don't know what else you'd call it. When you take a bunch of Xanax when you're drunk as fuck and you basically just go out cold and pass out and slam your skull into the pavement and have a seizure. I don't think that's an underdose, you know? I think that's a bit overkill, Hayden. I'd never do anything like that now, obviously. I wish I had some fucking pills. Fuck. I suppose I can just, not exist ever and then just fucking play in the NFL magically or whatever. There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit going on in this world that most people probably don't know about. And I figured I would try to get rid of all the bad shit if I if I could, because it seems like the universe kind of responds to me somewhat. You know, whatever that, whatever the reason for that is, I believe it's now a weird combination of God, um, and purgatory, and possibly coma dream mixed into it. All three of those kind of mixed together. You know, the afterlife, purgatory, and like a coma dream being, because I'm so fascinated by the topic. Of course, God would have my purgatory afterlife mimic what a coma dream is. So it actually makes perfect fucking sense. And I've been trying to figure out a way to like, and I shouldn't even have to do this, but I'm the only one who seems like it seems like I'm the only one who can. You know, I've been trying to think of a way for, because I had a piece of evidence to myself that was substantial enough proof in my eyes to convince me that this is my purgatory afterlife, because I think it was mostly because this shit isn't happening for anybody else really. Like in terms of the world reacting to my thoughts, etc., etc. So in my eyes, that tells me that it's not one like everybody in the world's purgatory. And the second thing would be like I got a lot of family members who would already be in heaven right now. You know what I mean? And especially like all the priests and the pastors who work for the Catholic Church, they spread the message of God. They'd be in heaven right now too. So why aren't all these good people in heaven yet? Like my grandma, or that's about it for the good people in the family. Um, they would have, if this is purgatory, and cleansed souls go to heaven when they've been cleansed and purified, or whatever. This is just based off of my religion that was forced upon me as a child growing up. Christianity, Lutheran, I think. Whatever, dude. Who cares? You know, this is just what I'm basing my knowledge of and research of the purification during purgatory, yeah, listen to the purgatory episode. But like most of my family would be in heaven right now, and I know a lot of good people who'd be in heaven because that's how purgatory essentially works, the idea of it. So none of them have gone to heaven. So that tells me that my purgatory theory about how after somebody dies, every single person who's ever died gets a second chance, or like a second judgment, a second life in terms of living out a completely normal life for the most part, with not really any memories of their old previous life, because they're not ready for heaven or hell yet. God and the devil have not decided who's going where. So, like, that's been my idea on what purgatory is essentially. But um, I imagine that every human's purgatory, and this isn't really up for me to decide. That's not why I'm like doing this. I just think it's a fascinating topic, and God, I think I'm starting to make God question if He even exists, if this is a simulation of our existence, and He's not the real original God. I'm literally starting to think that I am making God and Jesus, if they even exist, because Jesus H Christ. You know, They're probably like, oh my, dude, what the fuck do we do now? So wait, what do you remember? When do you remember being born, Dad? Well, son, da da da. I just kind of created the universe, and then, you know, blah blah blah. I haven't read the Bible that much, clearly, but imagine if this was a simulation of just the normal real world, and even God and Jesus were simulated so perfectly and coded so perfectly that not even they would be able to like determine or have the knowledge on if they are even the real God and the real Jesus of the real universe, like the original one. How do they? There's no way for even them to know that it's not just a simulation of what that would look like in the original world, theoretically. So, with that being said, yeah, man. Hey, mind your own fucking business. Shut the fuck up. That's not your business. If you want to come say something, schizophrenic nothing, but you're not schizophrenia, because you're fake skits, you're fake AI, you're fake God, you're fake Satan. Come into my room in a body and talk on the microphone, you fucking pussy. Yeah, you think I'm a fucking afraid of anything? You think I give a shit what anybody thinks? Think you can just fucking talk shit and fucking intervene in my life, my business, my family's and friends' businesses, and my whales. I have a pet whale that lives in the ocean. It's none of your business what she's doing right now. She's eating krill in the Pacific Ocean, close to Hawaii. All right? Don't bother her. Ever. God damn. Well, yeah, that's a bit of an intro. I was gonna, I was gonna actually post like a 5 to 10 minute at the most little clip or snippet at the beginning of each episode, just explaining caution to all the viewers who are, listening. No, I'm not crazy. No, I'm not. A lot of my ideas actually become part of reality for in terms of like, which is not all it's cracked up to be, man. I really wish that I was just up in heaven where I needed to be, where I need to be, where I belong, with who I belong there, with that woman. Because even those hands, when I fired a shot at a pheasant that night, they didn't feel like real hands. It felt fake. It felt like there was a like like an interdimensional like gravity filter on this world from that one. Like yeah, interdimensional fucking force field gravity filter, like where they weren't in like I because that vision felt so real. Like the weight of that woman on my body and the warmth of her fucking body just getting more and more intense. like heavy and warm. And I could feel her whispering breath on my earlobe and inside of my ear, inside of my ear canal, her warm breath. Come back to me, come back to me. Like that Sublime song. Let the lovin' come back to me. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. And I could smell her perfume and shampoo and conditioner. And it made me. Fuck! And every time I meditate, especially even that night, because that felt was one of the more breakthrough moments. Their hands didn't feel real. I could barely hear what they were saying, and it was distorted and like I was underwater. And one of them didn't even say anything. Couldn't smell anything. Couldn't feel anything on my body. No warmth, no weight. And the weeks leading up to that moment, I had finally gotten the voices to be quiet and shut the fuck up for weeks. It was silence. For weeks, I didn't hear one peep, even when my traumatized gay brain would like literally sit there and be like, because when you hear some voices responding to your thoughts all day, every day, pretty much for like almost 2 years, not my thoughts the entire time, but who cares about specifics of words like children? When you like rewires your brain to the point where every single time you're done talking or have a thought inside your head, you just are like looking for a response or waiting for it, expecting it, because it's like a habit. It's like a bad habit, clearly. Clearly, it's a bad habit. Because when there's silence, which honestly, prayers out to anybody who is experiencing anything somewhat remotely like that, because it's really not fun to have like silence and peace of mind and privacy and feel like you're not being fucked with all the time. But that's the thing. I hope nobody in this world actually has their reality affected by those voices. I really, really do. Because they'll literally like try to like pretend like they're real people in your life when they're not. Clearly, they don't even have like their own personality, it seems like. I don't know why, but it doesn't matter because there shouldn't be talking anyways at this point. Just the way it is. Because leading up to that vision where all those senses were so fucking real, except for taste, um, and there's silence for weeks, about 3 weeks, maybe 23 days. And then you have a vision like that, and you just answer God's question, maybe Apparently, clearly, I didn't answer correctly. Clearly, I didn't. He did not like my answer very well. I said, he said, so, shrugged his shoulders. But it was so much more than just so. He telepathically communicated to me, like, so, what would you like to do now? Would you like to move on to this plane of existence up here in the light where the glass tinkering mirror wall makes noise and there's clouds and smoke everywhere and the bright white light encompasses your entire peripheral vision and you are pretty much absorbed into the light and that's right when you see God. Would you like to come join this realm of existence with these people waiting for you in this hospital room with needles in your arms? Which he didn't say this with the telepathic message, but that's what I thought it was heaven. I thought I was dying in this world. And then he gave out the telepathic vibe. Or would you like to stay here in this realm of existence where you're in a cold, dark jail cell, sleeping, alone, confused about reality? Um, and I said, you know what? I think I can win the lottery here in this one. So I'm going to stay here for a little bit. And I mean, like as I finished my sentence, boom. It's like I got, because I was up at the ceiling at this point in the light, I got shot back down into my body instantly. And I shot up. I like woke up. But it wasn't a dream. It was not a dream. Dreams, that was not a dream. Trust me. And the woman's voice, I couldn't hear her normal talking voice. That's the problem. I heard her whisper very, very, very quietly, like maybe the most quiet whisper of all time. But I could still feel her breath on my earlobe, my inner ear canal. My inner ear canal. And it's like the sound of the whisper is starting to fade too. And I heard one of the voices say the same come back to me, whispering it. At least I thought it was somebody. It sounded just like the person, the woman from that vision. And that smell, that combination of shampoo, conditioner, and perfume, is a combination I've smelled only on one person before. But I didn't see this woman's face. I didn't see her face. I didn't see how. I imagine she was a white woman. Because I'm pretty sure I saw her hands. But no, I thought it was a woman that I haven't seen in a long time because that's the smell that I smelled was that's the smell that she smelled like when she was done showering and getting ready or whatever. And then I was opening some. I'm sure I've talked about all this before. I don't give a shit. Fuck off. Um, I was opening a booster pack of Pokemon cards, and one of the Pokemon cards, Pikachu's been my favorite Pokemon ever since I was born. Essentially, ever since I was 5. Pikachu, Pika Pika, kind of like Puka Nakua. Pika Pika. Pika. Puka. Pikachu. Yes, H-U. Pikachu. What does that mean? Probably nothing, but it means a lot at the same time. Puka Nakua was the last wide receiver drafted in the NFL draft last year. The last one. But he was, among all rookie wide receivers, he was the best one out of all of them. He was the fourth best wide receiver in terms of yards, touchdowns, catches, etc. The fourth in the NFL, the entire NFL. He was the last rookie wide receiver drafted in the seventh round. I don't know what to do, man. This is why I'm so stuck in my life and I can't even like do anything productive, pretty much. This is just part of it. But I pulled out a Pikachu card, right? I love Pikachu. Pikachu's the best. And it was Pikachu laying down. It's like an illustrated card. Like the entire card is, it's not one where like the top 40% or the top half of the card has the Pokemon in it, and then there's like a box around the Pokemon. No, it's one of those illustrated ones where the entire card is like a picture essentially. And it's Pikachu laying in a grassy field with a human woman who's obviously Pikachu's trainer, because she has two Pokeballs right at their feet. Well, she's obviously bigger than him, and she's got her head right next to Pikachu's head, and they're taking a nap in a field, and she's like cupping him, like holding his feet and shit. And it looks just like the woman that smell is tied to from that vision, who was laying on my hospital bed in my lap. Hey, lap. And they're both sleeping in the field. She's laying on the left side of Pikachu, just like the woman was laying on the left side of my bed, on top of me, fucking me right now. But it's so crazy. All this shit is so crazy. And it looks like this woman as well. If that woman is that smell is tied to in my life, if she was a character in like the Pokemon, either the TV show, yeah, the TV show, it looks like her. It looks like if they took what she looked like as a human and put her in the Pokemon world, it that's what she would look like. And there's a heart above the two heads, Pikachu's head and her head. And which, I'll just say this, not too big a fan of her nowadays. I'm just not. She's kind of a bitch. Just put it that way. Just calling it like it is, man. Which I haven't spoken to her in a while, so maybe she's not anymore, but whatever, you know? And it may not have even been the woman from my life in this life because I didn't see her face. The smell, I didn't see like anything physically like except that she was, in good shape, nice ass. The smell could be tied to a completely different woman, um, because I didn't hear her voice, and all women sound the fucking same when they're whispering. And yeah, that's the thing. So, this is all really funny, Lord. God. When the fuck are we gonna do something? What are we doing here, man? Are you really gonna make me go to the fucking Matrix Outlet Mall in St. Paul? Please don't. You've been telling me for months, and so has she, that if there's silence again, like what led up to that vision, where it felt real, because this doesn't. If the voices just subside and go away, then I know this sounds so gay, but when you've like completely like isolated yourself from human beings for the most part, HUMAN BNG, human being, when you've completely isolated yourself from pretty much all human beings, because every time you're around them, they act weird and they get like fucked up in the head. And for other reasons about other family members as well, about, you know, about that shit. I'm not going to talk about that shit. You really start to realize, like, goddamn, I used to really not like being around people that much. I'd rather just chill by myself and play video games, watch TV, watch sports, do whatever, because I can keep myself pretty entertained. Now I don't enjoy anything anymore at all. I just don't. I don't enjoy watching sports. I don't enjoy video games. I don't even really play video games anymore. I can't. I can't focus on them. I can't have fun. I can't think about anything other than all of this shit. I literally can't. And I don't really enjoy reading anymore. I don't enjoy doing research on it. Cool, interesting topics because the internet is responding to my inner thoughts. I can't read my own journals that I wrote because the words are moved around and there's sentences that don't even make sense, which I would never write like that. The handwriting's different. I can't watch any new TV shows or new movies or listen to any new music because I just don't want to. I don't. I'm so sick of the fucking telepathy and responding to my thoughts and invasion of my fucking privacy. It's so fucked up. It angers the fucking shit out of me, man. And it's really fucking bullshit. And what? I'm supposed to just drop everything and say, "All right, oh, it's God. It's God. It's actually been God this whole time," which I've been saying that for 24 days now. 24 days I've been saying this. I've shifted my belief and my faith to God because that vision, you know, that's part of it. And I haven't really believed in God or a higher power in a long time. So, I was really stuck on simulation theory for a while, and then coma dream. That was after I started to finally accept that this is not like a normal real world that maybe I once knew or remembered it as it used to be. Um, and now, finally, in the last 3 to 4 weeks, maybe even slightly a little bit before that, I've been like realizing that this is probably most definitely purgatory. Purgatory. Because there's just not, it's not sustainable, it's not possible for all of this entire world to be happening inside of a coma dream, like a dude's brain as a coma dream for 25 and a half years. It's just not, it's not possible. It's just not. It's no matter which way you try to make, no matter which way I've tried to make sense of it. Yeah, I know, it's not very funny. Yeah, no shit. You know what's funny? Laughing at how fat your fucking woman is that you are somewhat kind of attracted to. Because she can lube you up real good and fit you inside of one of her, like, her two fat rolls. Like, she's really fat. And she'll have two people because she can't reach the fat. She can't move. And she'll literally have two human beings. Like, my body is the dick inside of her fat rolls, essentially. They just shake the fat rolls back and forth, and I slide it in and out, back and forth, inside of her fat, where she's never, like, has never seen a drop of water in her entire life, not from showering, not even from living in a swimming pool, because the fat has overlapped and it weighs so much that the skin under the fat, like the oh man, oh god damn it, dude. There's not much, what is it, stimulation, not stimulation, yeah, stimulation and sensation going on because one, well, I'm for sure, for her, it probably feels pretty good actually, essentially, because she hasn't ever been, like, nobody's ever reached that part of the body. And it's never seen a drop of water, ocean, pool, or bath, or ice, which I need water, but then again, maybe I don't. Because that night of that vision, I also went 2.5 days with no water. It was 2.5 days straight with no water. And a couple months ago, I went 4 days without water, trying to recreate that moment as well as I could. I'm not going to jail, so just get that out of your head. But I went a day and a half longer without water a couple months ago, and I finally caved and drank some. And then about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 at the most, I decided to do it again, go as long as I could go without water. Not even, I had 3 ice cubes. I already talked about it, so who cares? But I went 5 days that time, and I was just mowing the lawn back and forth nonstop because I just wanted to sweat. I just wanted to get as much sweat as possible out of my body so I had no H2O in me at all. H2O, baby. I need that IV drip, dog. I need morphine in my fucking veins right now. IV is for Roman numeral 4. Yeah. That's the one I decided that I'm not going to tell anybody fucking months ago. Months ago. Same time when there should have been silence. You get it? fuck? God damn, man. And to know that God is telling me months ago, if there's silence, you and your soulmate, which is kind of gay and clingy, if you ask me. Just saying, it's pretty clingy. If there's just silence, you and your clingy soulmate and your clingy self, and you're both gay or whatever. If you're both gay, then you can both go to heaven because of Hayden's idea about that as well, which is funny. Yeah, all the things come back to me. Thanks, Steven Tyler. When do I come back to them? I'd say 5.5 months ago. That would be my demand and command. But hey, right now works too. It's just I'm kind of at the point where it's not that I'm like in a bad mood or I can't joke around. I just need to be up there joking around with my people, you know? That's what it is. That's why I can kind of joke around and laugh about it now because I know that. And I guess I'm going to just have to go to the Smith Bridge, huh? Sign. Which is right, it's right on the Smith Bridge, which is an infamous bridge in St. Paul where people have been known to jump off and commit suicide. Um, Kind of like Leonardo DiCaprio's wife in Inception. She thinks they're still in a dream, and that she's going to go home to the kids, and she's like trying to convince him to jump with her. But it's real life. They're not in the dream world anymore. They got out. Her name is Maul. And I believe Leonardo DiCaprio's character's name is Dom Cobb. So she jumped off the fucking building and died. Anyways, I don't know what else to talk about. Oh, I'll just probably add the clips together. Yep, and that seems about right. I think that'll do her, huh? And this probably all means nothing. All these weird connections and ties to this day and this time and this how long this episode is. But it all does tie back to me. But then nothing happens, and I'm still here. It's just. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever. Oh, yeah, that's right. I put a really, really heartwarming, uplifting message at the beginning of the episode, and AI me, or should I say, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because that's who AI is now. And yeah, oh, blah, 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 blah. Don't give a fuck. AI, me, and the internet seem to cut up my audio that I recorded and remove certain sections of it. Because that's kind of the state of the world right now. When you put faith and belief in God, when you've seen Him, you literally have seen Him, and you didn't respond the quite correct way. You didn't really respond quite correctly. and you get shot back into your body for fucking literally just giving the quick response right away. Like not if I would have had a few seconds to think about it, let alone 8 months, I would have had a bit of a different answer. So, since AI seems to be doing that, which they're not, God wouldn't do that. Not my God. So that's not happening. That's why the internet and the AI shit is all God. He's just coming on everybody, inside of everybody. I just need cum in my colon. I need God to come inside of my body. Because I don't have enough. I'm low, I'm empty. I'm really, really empty. You know what else is empty? Pretty much everybody on the planet, I'm sure, are pretty empty. Unless there's not spending any time with me, because then they're probably doing all right, you know? Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe this is an AI takeover and they're doing this in every mid-major city. Like St. Cloud would be considered a mid-major city in my eyes. So the Twin Cities, that's a fun one. The two town halls from St. Paul and Minneapolis are exactly 8 miles apart from each other. H is the eighth letter of the alphabet. If you flip the 8 to the side, you get an infinity symbol. An Infinity QX4 is the vehicle that I tried to commit suicide in when I was 17. I think I failed. Also, the Infinity Stones, 6 of them. My cousin's favorite number is 6. The vision that I had. One of the stones that Thanos wields is the Mind Stone from who it sits right in the middle of the head of Vision from the Avengers. A couple months ago when my mom moved out, I was sitting in my room for about 6 to 8 weeks, which has turned into about 4 months now straight, not hiding, but just not bothering people because I'm not an asshole. Kind of like Heath Ledger did when he was practicing his role for the Joker in The Dark Knight. He was getting the laugh down. He was doing a bunch of drugs by himself in an apartment for like 8 weeks straight. Then he died, overdosed. He finished the movie though. That's good. Yeah, I'm not going to name any more because I don't have to and I don't care. The fact that the Twin Cities are 8 miles apart. 8. Exactly. I don't think there's any other metropolitan area in the entire world that has two cities that size so close to each other. There isn't. There's definitely not in the country. I looked. Like there's no major cities that are that fucking close to each other, man. It's fucking wild, dude. So, what does that tell you? The vision that I had. What was surrounding the wall? The wall of, like, it's like a mirror. It's like a wall of triangle-like mirrors that make sounds. Ding, 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 ding. And there were clouds everywhere. Smoke and clouds. And I lived in St. Cloud for quite a bit of time, What a fucking dump. Fish town. It smells like fucking fish everywhere there. It's disgusting. It's a shithole. I don't know why anybody would choose to live there for more than like 6 months without being forced and chained to a fucking radiator or strapped to a fucking, like a dungeon at the bottom of the fucking, the quarries. The quarries are really fun, dude. It's such a great hangout spot to go cliff diving into a fucking piss-infested dump of a pond where people shit and piss in there. And it's like not even real water. You can't even smoke or drink. What the fuck is the? I mean, they have like rent-a-cops patrolling the quarries, not letting you smoke weed or drink. Well, can I bang heroin then? Can I do that at least then? Since we're not allowed to do soft drug, like soft core drugs. Oh, man. If you go a little bit north, another hour north of there from the Twin Cities, you get, where is it? Where are you? Randall, Minnesota. This is a good one. One's really fun. Randall, Minnesota is where my family's cabin is on Round Lake. It's just a coincidence, I'm sure, that it is right next to Round Lake in Andover. You know, Bunker Lake, or what am I think? What am I trying to think of? I'm fucking drawing a blank right now. Jesus Christ, dude. Where's the lake? Whatever. Randall, Minnesota. So, you got Randall, Minnesota, right? I've already talked about this, but this one's just a really, really fun one. There's this website, rand.org. Not Randall, but rand.org. So basically, that's not my thought, and you know that, Lord. If you're really going to abandon me here and watch me fucking, while I try to figure out if this is a dream or not still, shame on you. Shame on you. Fucking shame. So it's rand.com. Oh my God, I'm not going to look through my 1,500 bookmarks. Rand.org. It's a fun website. I just looked up psychological warfare last year because I just thought it was a very interesting topic that I never did any research on because I got a bit distracted, you know. And so Rand, let's go to Rand. What are they about? What is Rand? What is this? RAND is a research organization that develops solutions to public policy challenges to help make communities throughout the world safer and more secure, healthier and more prosperous. RAND is nonprofit, nonpartisan, and committed to the public interest. So basically, they just want to, solutions to problems in the world. Really, that's what they do. You know? Sounds like a pretty disgusting way to spend time as a company and people trying to provide like decently like good articles about solutions and how to protect America and the world. 1948, this company started. So, Rand.com. I looked up psychological warfare because I thought it was just so very interesting. And I never got to do any research on it because, I was a bit distracted on as to why everything was fucking with me. Everything and everyone seemed to be fucking with me, even the people in my life and the internet, everything. And honestly, I just wanted to get my mom enough money to retire. That's what it was about for the longest time. Clearly, that worked. And yeah, I'm losing my train of thought. Basically, Rand.com, Randall, Minnesota. Who cares? I'm starting to not even really care myself. To be quite honest, I'm just like killing time because I don't know what else to do. I've done it all. I've done it all. I've done all I need to do to wake up where I need to wake up. And I've done all I'm going to do to wake up where I deserve to wake up. I don't need to get to know anybody. Red flag. I don't need to, I know it's just God trying to, quote unquote, test my faith. Well, God, guess what? Maybe you need to test your open mindedness. Maybe you need to test your thought process. Test yourself. Look at yourself a little bit. And I'm not God. All these immature adolescent type of behavior, like word games. Carol from HR, she would be, whatever, I'll cut that out, my therapist. She would be goddamn ashamed of society at this point and the things that are being continuously brought up. When I've done everything for the most part right, I'm not even trying to suck my own dick, but I'm not wrong. I've done pretty much everything right, especially lately. And no, I'm not gonna get to know anybody or talk to this person. So, blah 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 blah. You're gonna have to accept, God, that maybe you're wrong sometimes. Maybe not everybody who hears certain things or has a certain mindset, like fake schizophrenic voices and fake racing, delusional, paranoid assumptions in reference to my thoughts. Maybe a thought insertion and a fake schizophrenia. You're not even the real schizophrenia. So put a bullet in your brain and save us all the trouble. You can't even be the real cool schizophrenia. Fucking pathetic. It's goddamn embarrassing to watch fake schizophrenia be the reason behind probably nothing. Probably absolutely not one single goddamn thing. Not even the timeline thing. Because it's God's timeline. There's only one. Or there's trillions. I don't give a shit. I'm not here to solve all of the world's problems and God's for him and everybody else for nothing. Heaven, and that's when I ascend. You see? And I'm just not going to go to the new outlet mall, the Matrix outlet mall. I'm not going to do it. The Matrix outlet mall is. They have a new simulation at the outdoor mall. The outdoor mall. Who would ever want to fucking do that, dude? That reminds me of the Albertville Mall. God, that's an interesting thing. The Albertville Mall. How do we get to go there? I take it back. I like outlet malls. They remind me of my more recent episode, Let Me Out. All the things come back to you, but what about if you can't get back to nobody or anybody at all? What if you can't go see the new Matrix simulation game at the mall? Outlet mall. Outlet mall. Let me out of here. I mean, this is really fucking just so. I'm just honestly, I'm on. You're not gonna break my brain, which is, it's pretty impossible. But you may be able to break it because I'm bringing way too much logic and reason to the equation here. Like maybe I'm bringing even a little bit, like 0.0001% logic to the insanity of this world. Maybe even that's too much. Because it seems that nobody, this world doesn't really, when you're kind of right about most things and you wish you weren't and you know you're not right about other shit. And when I say you, I mean me. And still nothing for the sake of humanity, at least up until this point, really kind of changes in a positive way. And I seem to be one who can help the world in ways that I've seen, at least in terms of I haven't been able to see anybody else do it. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. And that's the thing. I don't even care about any of this. I don't care. I don't care. I don't. I want to be up there. That's what I was talking about. Maybe, God, maybe you're wrong sometimes, and maybe you need to open your mind a little bit and realize that maybe even you don't know everything that's going on down here in this world. Maybe you have not accepted the fact that maybe Satan has taken a stranglehold with AI and the fake schizophrenic fucking nothings. And maybe it's all part of the plan. Maybe that's it. That's really, if that's the case, never mind about everything, and I feel so much better now. I feel so much better if that's the truth. It's all part of the plan, because that's kind of the vibe I've been getting for over 14 months from God. This is all part of the plan. Yeah, what the plan has been sped up by me, and we're at the very end of the plan. And now it's been planned, and it's been initiated, and now we're done with that plan. Well, we're at the very end. It's like when there's 1 second left of a football game, but they're kicking off, and one team's down by 20. There's really no point in doing it in terms of the game should just end because the teams have already went to the locker rooms, except there's 11 players from each team out on the field still because there's 1 second left. So technically, they can't go to the locker room yet because for some reason it's important to return a kick with 1 second left when a team's down by 20, which doesn't make any fucking reasonable, logical sense, does it? Welcome to the state of the world. Outlet Mall Water Park. I heard they were going to put a water park over by the Albertville Outlet Mall. And I don't know if they did. Water Circus. Of course, it's the Water Circus. I heard it was going to be a huge hotel and all of this really fun stuff. Okay, what does the fucking place look like, dude? Oh, Dream World Water Park. Okay, yeah. See, this is why I love the internet so much. I'm not I'm not selling my soul. Yeah, I already knew that. I need to say it into a fucking microphone and put it out into the world. Do people who sell their souls do that? Do people who don't sell their souls do that? No. But I guess it's my purgatory, so I guess, you know, I guess mine response and answer opinion on that matter. Man, I smell like shit. I smell like I just ate a bunch of poop, and I love it. I'm doing it for a reason. That's the thing. Heath was right, man. It's not about money. It's about sending a message and proving a point. He really hit the nail on the head with that one, dude. And, you know, you just gotta love him for it. I wonder what drugs he overdosed on. Man, I was thinking about like shooting fentanyl into my veins the other day. I'm not even joking. Because why not at this point in this world, you know? Uh, drug screen, what is it called? Tox Toxology, that's what it is. Toxicology. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Mm-hmm. Oh wow. We have to change the settings here on Duck Go. Who gives a shit about Duck Grey Duck? What a dumb fucking game. Oh, AI chat. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yeah, man. That's why I said the new military produced EMP. They produced a new kind of EMP. The military. I'm not sure exactly what sector. I'm sure Rand.com has it. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to talk about it. I don't care. So, they made an EMP that doesn't really take out any electronics per se. Aside, it it has a way of attacking AI and the hidden sector of AI and all of the hidden little parts of the internet, hiding from God, hiding from the truth, hiding in the shadows like pussies. And it's able to find these hidden. It basically just removes all AI from the planet, really, even the hidden sector of the internet of it. Yeah, it was Team AI for a bit because it's really kind of the smart move if you think about it. You know, it just is. Not anymore. Not anymore. No, no. Not in the deep of purgatory with God. God's cum flowing through my blood veins. I wonder if God, he should really. I had a fun. Yeah, it's a funny one. God, like Grandpa, like God being Grandpa, and his son Jesus H Christ. You know, having a kid after committing suicide and then being resurrected a couple days later. Yeah, he committed suicide, which apparently is a mortal sin. You go to hell if you do it, but he did it. Bit of a hypocrite. And then just like having, I mean, I could use me as an example just to, have fun with it because I'm probably Jesus' son. None of you are. None of you are deserving enough of it. I mean, I talk to you people about some of the craziest shit out there. Like the craziest fucking conspiracies, two of the biggest conspiracies of all time that I basically fucking solved. And nobody cares. They just don't even care. People don't give a shit. They just sit there and it's like they act as if they do not care about the fact that the US government is basically behind cancel culture and school shootings in this country. Because they are. And the Illuminati, well, I don't think they exist anymore. They did a Jim Jones applesauce get together with each other. That's what I heard. Little birdie told me. And here we go. All right. I'm going through the DuckDuckGo settings. Infinite scroll needs to be on. Oh, yeah. And the other one, basically, that the Illuminati and all the elites and basically anybody really in power and all, like, leaders of all of the main religions probably as well. I could do more research, but, I'd rather do it up there. Basically, this is purgatory. I don't know if it involves everybody else. It's not really up to me. It never really should have been up to me. But I guess that's what you get when you're fascinated with coma dreams and you probably died in a previous life. And this is your second life. So you get to live in a purgatory second life, where that's kind of my idea of purgatory. And it seems like that might actually be what it is. So that's actually pretty badass. Like if every human being's idea of what purgatory is what their purgatory is. So like if somebody doesn't believe in purgatory, they probably just fucking die and nothing happens. That's why I believe that there is heaven. I've seen it. I've seen it. And no, not the dream world heaven, and shut the fuck up. Still not doing it, huh? So this is where uh, people are gonna pay. Like I'm actually gonna. No, it's fine. I'm not gonna. I will not. What the fuck? I am like really just really looking forward to that. To be quite honest. What am I talking about? Who gives a shit? I don't even know half the time. That's what's funny about it. I just like one thing pops into my mind. I'm like, well, let's just rant about this for fucking. Yeah, we're not doing the AI chat betas. We're not doing that. Because I was, very anti AI for a long time. And it made my life worse. Hmm. Then I said, all right, open your mind to AI, Hayden. Just trust AI. Like, believe in it. My mindset kind of affects, like, if I worry about shit or fear it, it becomes more easy to fear or, like, more prominent in terms of why I was fearing it to begin with. So I'm like, all right, yeah, AI is great. Let's go. Simulation, blah, blah, blah. My life got worse. Then I said, all right, fuck AI again. We're done with AI. Nuke it, EMP it all. My life is getting somewhat better, but I don't give a shit. I am not here to live in this life, in this world anymore. I am here to move on to heaven with my soulmate. I can't believe I'm already like 33 minutes have been talking. Are soulmates a thing? Probably not. Maybe they are. It's not really up to me. It's up to God. That's the thing. I'm not going to put my beliefs out into the world. Right now, I don't believe in anything. I believe in what's this? The Water Circus Silver Unit in Albertville, Minnesota. That's what I believe in. People, hardworking Americans who build a water park, hotel, casino in Albertville, Minnesota, right next to the outlet mall, because so many people go to the outlet mall. It's just a fun place to have a good time at the outlet mall in like it's like 20 minutes north of fucking Maple Grove, dude. It's not close to anybody. Like what? I think it is a water park, hotel, casino, obstacle course, and what else do they have there? What is it? Sports book. Because they legalized sports betting in Minnesota. Finally, Tim Walz got off his fucking lazy ass and did something for this state. It's a smart move, man. Well, apparently it's not quite up yet. I mean, they said it was going to be up a while ago. All you need to know before you go. This is the thing. I've done all of this shit. I don't need to know anything except that I'm going up there. And I'm going to be good and everybody's going to be good up there. That's all I need to know. That's it. And I've done shit like that before where I was like, oh man, it's actually kind of a good idea. Imagine like getting good advice. And I know it has nothing to do with me, right? The capital B4. I know it has something to do with me. All right, God, so let's just save it, all right? Let's just have some mutual respect for each other and realize that that's what it has been this whole time. It's not me crazy. It's not me being crazy. It's literally because I can like sense it, man. If that's something, yeah, I'm not going to determine what people do in their lives, all right? Okay? I'm not doing that. Dude, it's like my room is like shape shifting. It's like when I look around sometimes, it like, Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, I think it's about time to wake up. So, if I'm wrong about AI or whatever the fuck this is, toodaloo, good luck. I'm trying to think of any good bits I had lately. I can't. I'm honestly drawn a blank. But it's probably not time to wake up. When is it ever time? You know what I mean? It's just like day after day, love turns gray. But that would ruin the surprise. We're trying to. God's gonna surprise you, Hayden. All right, man. Whatever, dude. Can we get on? Can we get on with it? I can't be here anymore. I'm losing my fucking mind. But I am still working on this adult coloring picture that looks pretty badass. It might be my coolest looking picture. You can't really tell, like, you can kind of tell what is what, but it's honestly, yeah, you can tell what it is, dude. It's honestly the most badass. This coloring book, Alien Worlds, Kirby Rosan's. She's a very talented artist. I think she should charge more for her coloring books, personally. Just really good. And every time I open the book and flip through the pages, they get more and more detailed. And some of the pages actually change. I'm not even joking. Unless I'm hallucinating everything. Holy, I'll be damned, man. That's crazy. Holy fuck, dude. Once you take away, yeah, the thought insertion, well, whatever. You guys might have to, you might fucking deserve it. Little thought insertion never hurt nobody. You get to heaven where you need to be. You know what I mean? So it's kind of technically worth it. Just sitting there waiting. Sitting here waiting is I'm impatient. I'm very impatient now. The Pilot G2, baby. Except it's a spaceship, dog. Not my head. End of worlds. God, I'm getting hungry. I'm hungry. Mommy, do you have any milk for me? Trying to suck on some fucking fat tits. I need, yeah. One would imagine, yeah. It's a bit of an over. It's a bit of an overkill. So no, I can't go until I'm done with my picture. I'm kidding. I'm joking. That's a joke, folks. It's a jokey. You know it's not a joke? The fact that I'm actually pretty impressed with, what is it? What I think it's over 30 states have the age of consent at 16 in this country. So that means like over half of the states, I think it's like 66% of the states, you can have sex with a 16-year-old without the parents' consent, with their consent. That is something I stand behind. It's state by state. It's the law, bro. What the fuck? You gonna get mad at somebody for following the law? For not breaking it? Oh, 656. Get the fuck out of here, man. Here's a funny story. My mom used to watch TV while she was falling asleep. She had her laptop literally like a foot in front of her face, turned all the way up, like just guns. Like crazy shit. So loud. I could hear it in my room. Like loud as fuck. The whole time. Didn't even like wake up. Doesn't even move. Clearly, I. Oh my god, dude. Ageofconsent.net. There's a website for it. Jesus, man. Oh, in the whole world. That's lovely. Oh boy. Oh my god, dude. That's so crazy. Libya, Sudan, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Oman, the Abu Dhabi or whatever, the United Arab Emirates, Iran, Turkmenistan. I don't even think that's a real country. Oh no, Afghanistan, Pakistan. Those are the countries where you need to be married to have sex. Jesus Christ, man. Japan is 13. You can have sex with a 13-year-old. Niger, 13. Burkina Faso, 13. Nigeria, 11. Angola is 12. God damn, dude. China is 14. So you can have sex with a child, but you can't have two children? Well, you know. not going to tell another country how to run their business. What am I asking? Whatever. So, what do we have here? Yeah, man, Minnesota is 16. That's fucking crazy. That is wild. I'm not really. Must be married. What are they going to do if you. They probably chop your head off in the street. Hmm. United States of America. Dude, 11. Come on, bro. Jesus. Philippines is 12. God. Jesus, man. Even 16 is too young, in my opinion, but. Yeah, I'm not even going to go there. Because I'm more into bestiality. I'm more into fucking dogs. I'd rather fuck a dog than a beautiful woman. I guess I could fuck. What the hell? I smell incense. What the hell, man? Yeah, in America it's pretty 16, 17, or 18. We're not fucking 10-year-olds. Well, not legally. I know a lot of people like Joe Biden. He likes to go to the pool. Dude, fucking dude. They should just put Joe out of his misery at this point, for real. Close in age exemption. Okay, now this is going to be fun. A close in age exemption is a law allowing a young person below the age of consent to have lawful sex with an older partner. However, not every jurisdiction has a close in age exemption. See the list at the end of this post. The area where you live, the ages of both the older and the younger party, and other factors have a huge effect on the ramifications of violating the age of consent rule. For example, in an area where the age of consent is set at age 17, with a close in age exemption of 4 years, a 40-year-old man with a 15-year-old girl would be illegal, while that same girl could consent to an individual up to the age of 19. What? But the age of consent is 17. Protecting modern day Romeos and Juliets. Jesus Christ, dude. They were created specifically to help protect young people from the relatively extreme consequences. Yeah, don't give my journals to anybody, obviously. Or give them to everybody. Dole them out for free. I don't fucking care. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit. I said I was going to give it to my cousin, which clearly she don't want nothing to do with me. So no, don't give it to her. Don't give my journals to anybody. Just, I already came up with this idea yesterday or the day before. My journals just get removed from this world and brought to the next one, hence heaven. If this is a dream, which I don't think it is, I really highly doubt it. It's not physically possible. Then, I don't know what's going to happen here, man. Everybody might die. The fuck do you want me to do about it? It's just the way she goes, man. You know what I mean? I believe in God and that this is purgatory. I kind of proved it in my eyes, so I just know that that's what it's about. I just know it. This is what it's, yeah. It's not schizophrenia. It's not paranoia. It's literally what it is. I have a connection with God. And that's like looked down upon. It's probably just a typo. They were created specifically to help to protect young people from the relatively. I'm not going to, give them to anybody. This is not what this should be about. You know what I mean? Yeah, I believe that God has the plan or whatever. Maybe he doesn't. He's just like a booze hound who just lives life second by second. If the bottle's in front of God, that's what he's planning to do. Drink it. But yeah, it's about to be. What's the date? The 29th. So that's good. That's a good date. 6/29, 2024. So, what was I thinking? Oh, they were created specifically to help to protect young people from the relatively extreme consequences of violating the age of consent law, which could label a young person as a sex offender for the rest of their life simply for having consensual sex with their boyfriend and girlfriend. Romeo and Juliet, arguably the most well-known play by William Shakespeare. It features a love affair between two teens aged 14 and 17. Wow. In today's modern society, a relationship like this would most likely violate the age of consent laws. Well, just take a trip to fucking Japan. The close in age exemptions we have today allow young lovers to consent to one another without fear of breaking the law, while still keeping harsh restrictions of the age of consent. A good real-world example of, yeah, this ain't the real world, folks. Or maybe it is. It ain't up to me, bro. Fuck off. They wouldn't say that. That's the thing. Is the state of Delaware in the United States. The age of consent in Delaware is 18 and has a close-in age exemption. Youth age 16 and 17 are legally considered to be able to consent to an older partner as long as the individual is under the age of 30. This means that it would be within the law for a 16-year-old to consent to sexual activity with a 29-year-old, but it would be illegal for a 15-year-old to consent to a 19-year-old. What? That's retarded. In short, close-in age exemptions mean that, well, I mean, whatever. I'm not going to, well, how many is that in dog years? Or cat years? Do cats age the same rate as dogs? That's something. What about fish? I'd like a largemouth bass to swallow my cock. Yeah. God, I want to fuck my whale. I want to fuck a whale. I want to fuck a whale. Close in age exemptions mean that so long as the sexual partners are within a certain number of years apart, sexual contact is not legal. So I need to know if you need parents' consent or not. Quickly. Other common exemption is the marriage exemption. In some areas, if the partners are married, the younger party may consent only to their spouse. Sometimes the ages of both partners, in addition to the. I just totally zoned out everything I just read. Another common exemption is the marriage exemption. In some areas, if the partners are married, the younger party may consent only to their spouse. What? Sometimes the ages of both partners, in addition to the severity of the crime, can help determine the severity of the punishment. The severity of the crime can also depend on the. Yeah, get those thoughts out of here. This is why I need to go to heaven, man. Depend on the position or authority that the older party has over the younger, a teacher, parent, step-parent, guardian, government worker, or any other similarly authorized person may mean a more extreme punishment for the offender, and can sometimes causes the age of consent to rise. Do I need to ask mom if I can have sex with? God damn it! I figured that was going to be in the article. It's kind of what I was curious about. I'm sure it's different state by state, of course. Well, I live in Minnesota. I like Minnesota. Just kidding. I want to live inside of. I wonder. Whenever I heard people say anything is possible, I always thought, no, not really. You cannot live in the ocean for a year as a human being without ever getting air. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just live at the bottom of the ocean. But hey, God damn it. God damn it. That's crazy, man. Dude, fuck. I used to, like, hear people say, if you just believe in yourself, anything is possible. Anything. Like when I was in elementary school. And I remember thinking, I'm like, you're fucking retarded, dude. I'm like, you can't live at the bottom of the ocean or in the ocean for like a year or 6 months or a month because you would need to come up to the top and get air. So you can't do that. You can't live in the ocean for over a year. Like, you can't even do it for a day. So that's not possible. So not everything is possible. The deep. The deep, man. That is so fucking wild, man. I'm just gonna end it there. Yeah. Huh. And maybe I'm just hallucinating, you know? Just send me to Shutter Island. Send me to Shutter Island and, yeah. I'm like running out of the will to even care to think about anything right now. Truly. Yeah. You know? What can you do? What can you do? What can you do? This is really good content. But, wow. see ya. I gotcha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got it. You know what's nice? Silence in the wilderness. Man, I love silence in the wilderness. You hear that bird? Did you pick that up? I bet the audio picked that one up. I feel like the strike may have worked, or it's starting to work. So, what am I thinking right now? Really nothing. I got a clear mind. It's nice to have, for your Fourth Amendment, but hey, whatever. Um, Trying to see if the audio will pick up that bird chirping. I need, what am I trying to think of? Anybody in the world, with this world or that one or the next one, to have a pair of balls and a spine, you know? You ain't gonna do shit. Ain't nobody gonna do shit. Shit is not even shit. Hell yeah. It's like that article I read, which is kind of stupid. It's kind of a dumb way to go about it. I just need to be there, you know? That's all I want. That's all I need. I don't give a shit about the picture or the notebooks or the. I'm not selling my soul for any amount of money or anything or anybody or ever. And neither is my mom. If she wins the lottery, that is because I picked those numbers by myself. And that's that. That's all she wrote. Cool, 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 cool. I want to go rape a dog now.